I'm Red Cloud.
Stick your hands in the air, come on! Here we go.
As a Native American hip-hop artist, I call myself Red Cloud because, like the clouds at sunset reflect the sun, I want my life to reflect good things. I found that kids, young people, wherever I perform, want the same thing. The pressures to compromise are so heavy. You want to shine, but the world's like pushing at you from all sides. I want to introduce you to a Native American who's found the strength to fight through the pressures. See how this runner shines with the real winning edge.
The Ultimate Warrior Challenge is a race I've been doing. This is my second year. You start out and you do about a 1,000-meter sprint to a canoe, which is at the head of this river. You canoe downriver 3 miles. The river is really snaky river. It's a tough canoe. After the 3-mile canoe, you can do a 4-mile run, which goes through the mountains, through town, and back to an arena where you have 3 horses waiting for you. And you get on your first horse and you ride him on a 3-mile trail, and it's uphill, downhill, corners, through a gravel pit. You have to be quite the horseman to ride it. You come back around on the arena, you get on your second horse, you do the same trail until you finish your 3rd horse. So I ended up taking 3rd last year and winning $1,200. I take pride in being a Native American. And I can be glad to say my name is Sterling Small and I'm a Northern Cheyenne and I live on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. Growing up in a ranch background with cattle and horses and mountains and that's really the best experience I've probably ever had, because it really puts you close to life and it can really grow you up pretty fast. The thing about ranching is there's a lot of work to it. It's work every day. But if you love to do it, then you don't really think of it as work. You can kind of feel free when you ride a horse. You kind of can come one with the horse. When they're galloping, you kind of just get in motion with them. And as they're riding, you're just kind of moving right with them. And you can hardly even move on the horse. One of the things I like to do is I have a motorcycle. And I like to go out and ride my motorcycle through the hills. And we all get together and we all have bikes and we all cruise through the mountains. It's really just a relaxing time. I've had just a lot of problems, you know, the usual, starting off. Pretty good life, but my dad, he was a borderline alcoholic, and so that was tough. Parents were fighting all the time, and so they got this divorce, and so mom's over here, dad's over here, divorce going on, and children left in the middle, you know, and then you're kind of on your own. So I started my freshman year in high school, and I started hanging out with the guys, trying to be cool, and I said, well, I'll just start drinking. And then it led from there, started smoking pot, going on from there. I knew it wasn't the right path. I could see my elders and people that have gone on that path grow up and alcoholics. And that didn't get me nowhere. I tell you what, that took me to the worst place you've ever been. My uncle, he's a pastor, and so I found him and he started really filling me on how God works. And as I went that way, I found that was a really lot nicer life to live, and that I didn't need the drinking and the drugs to feel whatever I was hurting. You know, that right there, God can feel that hurt plenty good for you.
He and his brother have told me that here in this area here, there's nobody that doesn't drink, do drugs, chase women, something. That's all they've ever seen, and so they grew up doing that. And so he's seen through that, and now he's doing what he can to bring them out of it instead of be a part of it. Sterling got through his head. He told me this, that he's got it figured out. If he doesn't do it the Lord's way, nothing's going to work.
Sterling, as far as what he can do in the hurdles, he's one of the best to ever come through Montana. He was a senior. He hurt his hamstring very badly at the divisional meet. In the 300-meter hurdles, he ran with it anyway and drug his leg and still finished second.
My senior year of track was good, but it was tough because I was looking to try to get a scholarship to go to college. So I got really worried about this track scholarship, didn't know where I was going to go. I was hurt, didn't know what I was going to do with my leg, and I was past my spot of what I could do. So I just kind of started praying on this, and I knew that if I prayed about it, that something would happen. It would work out for the best. So that's the only thing I really had at that point. And that's kind of been what I've based on a lot of my life. Soon enough, the school called me up and said, Sterling, we're going to go ahead and give you that scholarship. Come on down.
Sterling was one of our recruits from Montana. Came in as a hurdler for us. We found out later that he's pretty talented and can do just about anything we asked of him.
To be an athlete and to be in college is so far one of the difficult things I've faced. It's tough. I'm not the brightest guy out there, to tell you the truth. In order to get good grades, I have to work at it every day. It's a job. The track's a job, and so is the schoolwork.
Sterling was headed down a bad road, which was just tradition for him. Sterling came to me as a coach and said, "Hey, I know where I made my mistakes, and this is what I'm going to do to correct it." And he did, and that got him fourth at the national meet. Then we found out Sterling was talking to the rest of the athletes about their attitudes and what they would need to do to make those positive changes. And he was just a great influence.
And if you go the path of God, then that's the best path to go to. And the reason why is because that's where you're going to find the most love, and that's really what everybody's looking for and needs, anyways. To pray, and He'll be there for you.
Next, she's all alone in a new country, and then she gets bad news. But first, a look at Sterling Smalls Present College in our College of the Week, Boise State University.